I see the world in a different way than the average person. Look at that old truck right there. Most people, when they ride by an abandoned car, they see a bunch of junk. Me, I see a challenge, a project, a way to get rich.
What you think?
I think a chopper. I'm Mike Williams, master mechanic.
I can take anything old and make it new. Make it something you can use.
I was born and raised in Perry, Georgia. Here in Perry, everybody knows everybody. They either go to church with them, their kids go to school with them.
I built a small family business here when I reinvented the typical golf cart. I've turned it into a multi-million-dollar company.
Now it's time to find the next big thing. Hey Greg, how you doing? Me and my crew can take something that's laying around that you're not using and make it to something you can use.
I brought a 1940s era gas pump. My grandfather had this on the farm. People come to Mike when they have an old family heirloom that they just can't use anymore. Mike will preserve its legacy in a totally new creation.
What you want to do with this?
Well, we don't have the farm anymore, and I just hate to see it sit in the garage and just collect dust.
It's just sexy. It just speaks 1940s.
Judging from the curves, I know this pump's from the 1940s. The pumps were always painted in bright colors and had globes on the top of them advertising the gas station. They acted like beacons for the nighttime drivers. A lot of design elements from that time were inspired by airplanes from World War II.
You know, the shape of it, it's getting cold. What about a snowmobile?
You know, one of the first snowmobiles was built in the back of a service station.
It's meant to be.
For me, this pump screams snowmobile. The aerodynamic shape of this would just move it through the snow.
I'm going to go out and find stuff from the 1940s that is gas station related.
Mike, I don't know how in the world you're gonna do it, but I wanna see
Hey,
it.
you know what our motto is, don't you?
No, I don't.
If we can't build it, you don't need it. My daddy taught me everything on this earth has a purpose. My parents didn't have a lot of money, so we had to learn to build stuff to play with. Now it's how I make my living, right here on my property with my team.
I've assembled a crew of guys that's been down on their luck, and I've made them a small community here on my compound.
Right here's where Glenn lives, and the little cabin right here. This right here is where Boo Boo lives. They don't have any excuse for being late for work. Robert, you know how you always losing your tools? Now you got pink ones. So if you leave them laying around, I know they're yours.
Mike, in a way, does go through a junkyard of humanity. He finds those of us that's had a rough time, and he pulls us out of the junkyard too.
We're a big family. We spend more time together than we do with our own family.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for another great day. You know, it's just like stuff. I don't believe that anybody is useless.
What the hell is that?
A snowmobile. You wouldn't know it by looking at them, but they're some of the best builders out there.
You want to give us a little leeway to put some of our ideas into this?
If you'll come up with a good idea, I'll listen to it. But you hadn't really come up with any good ideas.
I'm Yankee Mike. I'm a gasoline mechanic. I can make just about anything run. Gas, diesel, it don't really matter. This arm here says Yankee by birth. This arm here says Southern by choice. I was a redneck born in the city.
I want everything in this old school 1940s.
What makes you think that's really gonna work?
Boo Boo.
They call me Boo Boo. I really try to lighten the mood around here a lot. I think I really deserve a hug. Everybody always says it would not be the same if I was not here.
Now, is this thing supposed to run? Go?
You know it's gonna run.
Your motor's gonna come out the sides. We're gonna have to cut out some kind of template.
Robert, he's the best fabricator in Georgia. I wouldn't be able to finish half the stuff I start without him.
Robert, I need you in the office.
Well, they call me the squirrel because I have a mission. I need to accomplish that mission. The quicker I can get it done, the quicker we can go on to another part of the mission.
Y'all might want to skip a few lunches, man, because I need to use y'all's brain cells and figure out what we're going to do about this pump.
What did you just say?
No, don't question me. How you heard me?
Jamie's a very good mechanic. Our only problem with Jamie is Jamie can't talk.
Anything that Mike's asked me to do, I try to help him out any way I can.
When Jamie talks, everything runs together.
I can't understand what you're talking about. I don't see how y'all talking about it. I don't see how y'all understand I talk like that. I don't get it.
What the hell are you doing?
Man, my hair started separating up here, so I had to.
Stand it. Will y'all look? The man has got a hair product for every size of his hair. Andrew is our metrosexual. Andrew is my draftsman. Draw in a small 20-gallon barrel oil drum, and we're going to notch it out, make like racing back seats,
Yeah.
He understands where I'm getting at.
For the handles, you want to use the gas pumps?
What about if we turn them the opposite way? And it's like you're pulling the hoses up and the handles and you use them like handlebars.
The craziest part is the stuff he comes up with, man.
Let's do oil cans on the exhaust. You know, the old style? Those would be awesome, and we'll turn them up and out.
He'll look at something and I'm thinking one thing, he's thinking on a whole nother level.
Once I lock down the design, I go out picking for vintage parts that relate to the original item.
What we're looking for is something that we can make a front ski for this snowmobile.
I know a few places we can get some of that stuff. I'm Glenn. I'm Mike's right-hand man. I do the research, I find the parts. No, you got to pull in here, go on up, pull in, pull in. I make it all come together.
You know what?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
Here's our fenders. You can get both fenders out of that.
Mike, he can build something out of anything.
Hey, you've always wanted to build a wind chime. Maybe use a flywheel in the center.
If there's a zombie apocalypse, Mike's the guy you want on your side. This is the coolest of the cool.
My philosophy is simple. Once you understand how something's put together, you can do just about anything with the parts.
We found these 1940s Pontiac bumpers, and they just had that ski look.
Snowmobile is just basically a stripped down car.
I got no doubt that it's gonna work.
You put enough horsepower on it, it's gonna work.
All cars share the same principles. Some type of energy has to move it.
The exhaust pipes are in the range of 600 degrees. If I don't do this right, it could cause an engine fire.
And some type of wheel has to turn it.
Why are we doing this instead of a track?
I wanted to use something that they had laying around in the 1940s.
The hardest part of the build is figuring out how to combine all these parts that weren't meant to go together.
This obviously being slick like it is, it'll never grab the ground. What we're gonna have to do, y'all gonna have to get some 2-inch angle iron, get them cut, and then we'll get them and weld them.
And for the parts that are unique vintage items, trial and error is not an option.
This is a family heirloom. We can't mess this up. Shit.
Things can get pretty intense around here, but if it ain't perfect, it ain't leaving my shop.
Robert, you better hope this fits. Look at there. You might get to keep your job after all. To preserve something that matters to someone, to give it a new life, that's priceless.
Let's move.
Oh, man.
What you think about that?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I've never seen a snowmobile look like this before. It just brings back so many memories to me of my grandfather and life on the farm. And
Well, that's exactly what we was looking for.
blown away by it.
The reactions we get when the job is done is what makes all the hard work work. Hell, I'd be doing this even if I wasn't getting paid.